Good day, it's Lee Spirit here from mindfulnaturenut.com, my website, blog, and shop that offers loads of free and highly valuable information on how to stay mindful in nature, in life, and in body, mind, and spirit. So after this meditation, I invite you to check that out at the links at the top right of my YouTube channel. You can also grab my free Natural Mind Healing Report and newsletter that I post 2 or 3 times a week. All worth having a look at and following along for your mindfulness and inner peace. Today's meditation is one that hits home for me this past little while. I've been feeling some lack of self-worth and noticing how I judge myself and how I've been taking things personally, only to find out later that it was nothing personal at all, nothing to do with me. And if you know the Miguel Ruiz book, The Four Agreements, you'll know not to take things personally. That's a big no-no. Easier said than done. If you're feeling like me, then listen on. We'll be meditating today in Nelson, British Columbia, where I went for a visit last summer during the smokiest time I could have gone, and this was the first rain in a long while. And there I was sitting on the beach under the smoke-filled sky in the rain. No judgment there. And speaking of judgment now, this is a meditation on self-judgment and self-criticism. Self-judgment and self-criticism can be very ingrained thought patterns, so much so that we don't fully realize that we are present. And many of us have a lot of conditioning that negatively impacts the thoughts we hold about ourselves. And many of us are just starting to recognize the ways in which we talk to ourselves, or how often we treat ourselves with unkindness. Much like improving our physical health, it's important to first be aware of the ways in which we are suffering as a result of self-judgment. It's also important to not start judging ourselves for judging ourselves. We've been doing our best, and self-compassion is a skill that must be practiced like any other skill. This meditation is to support us in identifying our self-judgment and then bringing self-compassion to meet it. So allow your eyes to do whatever they need to do for you to have the most awareness without being distracted by your surroundings. For some of us, that means allowing our eyelids to close. For others, it means letting them be half open, softening our gaze, and letting our point of focus rest towards the earth. And now tune into your breathing. This is to help you become in contact with how your body is feeling now and with the present moment. The breath anchors us to the present moment because it only ever is happening right now, not in the future, not in the past. So just tuning in and noticing, where are you feeling your breath? Is it more in the chest area, or the throat, or around your nostrils? Just notice. If your breathing feels a little shallow, what does it feel like to allow yourself to deepen your breath, breathing right into the bottom of your lungs? Explore this gently, without force or without expectation. Are there any sensations or emotions that arise by doing this, by deepening or feeling your breath? Just take note of them, knowing there is nothing to change or fix. All our sensations, emotions, and experiences are welcome in this practice. If it feels good, allow your breath to deepen even further, right into your belly. Again, notice how your body responds to this. Notice if anything is coming into your consciousness that wasn't there before. Notice if there are any thoughts coming up. Just observe them. Note them as thoughts and allow them to dissolve. As you allow your body to be still and rest, you might note that certain ideas or concepts are floating to the surface. You might notice messaging like, "I don't know how to do this right," or "I can't stop thinking about fill in the blank." You might also notice emotions arising, which is very normal. When we slow down and are still, we create space for things to arise. It's like we're taking our feelings off mute, and now we can hear them. Conversely, you might feel nothing at all, which is equally normal. Many of us, once we start paying attention to what's happening in our minds and our hearts, experience a sort of numbness. A great teacher once told me, feeling nothing is still feeling something. So if you feel nothing, just allow yourself to have that experience too. Whatever it is that you're experiencing, see if you can just watch it and note whether there are any voices of self-blame, self-shame, or self-criticism coming up. Are you telling yourself you should be feeling differently? Are you perhaps resisting this experience and telling yourself you shouldn't be resisting it? Is there anxiety about the future? Or a sense that this is a waste of time and you should be getting things done? Whatever the critical voice is saying, for now, you're just letting it speak. You're just tuning into the radio in your mind. If at any point this becomes too difficult, ground back into your breath, or notice your connection with the earth beneath you. Do whatever you need to do to care for yourself. Once you're aware of what messaging you're receiving from your brain, sink back into your body. Notice if there are any physical experiences that might be coming up. You might notice a tightness in your shoulders, a holding in your stomach, a fluttering in your throat, or a sense of numbness throughout. There might be something entirely different from that. Whatever you're experiencing, just witness it. If our thoughts are like the part of the iceberg we can see above the water, our emotions are the much larger part beneath the surface. Often we first have to witness the thought before understanding that there is a larger emotion there beneath the surface, holding up that thought. Feelings that come up around self-criticism can be anything from anxiety to varying levels of fear, grief, or anger. See if you can notice and label what emotions are swirling around in your heart, your throat area, or your stomach. Can you recognize that any sensation attached to self-judgment is suffering? That you are having a hard time with something? Struggling and suffering are part of the human experience. They are part of being a person who is alive, and it's okay. See if you can try, just in this practice, to let go of the thought that is above the surface and sink into your body. Offer some compassion towards the emotions or feelings you are having. You can try placing a hand over your heart or stomach or around your collarbone area, and then placing your other hand on top of the first hand. And just experience the warmth and the sensation of care and compassion that comes with touch. You can allow your breath to deepen again, breathing into that sense of care and concern. Can you say to that emotion, to this experience, it's okay? Can you allow it to be in your body while offering it some kindness? You can also deliver the message to your whole being. It's okay. It's not your fault. You're doing your best. I'm here for you. Whatever feels right, whatever you might say to an upset child or a pet, see what it feels like to say that to yourself, to the parts of you that are suffering. You can also try placing a hand on your cheek or your arm and gently stroking with care, anywhere that feels right, anywhere that needs a little love right now. We are all trying our best in this life, and while thinking critical thoughts about ourselves or our actions can seem like a motivating thing to do or a way to prevent us from getting hurt, being critical and judgmental of ourselves actually causes more suffering. Paying attention to how we talk to ourselves can be a key in unlocking our patterns of thinking. Then, showing care and concern for the parts of us that are struggling can help us to positively transform the relationship we have with ourselves. The more often we practice this, the sooner we are able to recognize self-critical thoughts. Upon this recognition, we can remind ourselves that we are perfectly imperfect humans, doing our best, and that no matter what, we are worthy of love. We are worthy of acceptance. We are worthy of encouragement. So take just a few more loving breaths into and out of your body. Reconnect with the surface beneath you. Thank yourself for taking care of yourself, and slowly open your eyes whenever you're ready. Thank you so much for joining me in this meditation, and if you've found it beneficial, I invite you to join me each week for a free meditation. A regular practice makes all of the difference in the world. Please subscribe to this channel at the icon on the right of the screen, and you'll be notified at the bell icon of each new meditation that comes out. Have a wonderful day, and please be kind to yourself. Take care.